Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 5 of Swords. Okay, kind of feel like you're the type of person that doesn't always believe in themselves, right? That this is sometimes a card of doubt. This is a card that, sometimes us dooming something before it even gets started. Yeah, this is a self-defeating mindset. And it may be that you have been worn down a little bit by life, to the point where you're starting to get kind of pessimistic, not believing that things can get better. In a way, echoing some of the negative energy that we've been experiencing. Now, it's kind of taken hold in us a little bit. But I feel like you're a very intelligent person, and I feel that you know the power of trying to be in harmony with the process of change. The 5 is about giving space for new ideas. Yeah. Giving room for something. Believing that something can change. It's kind of the first step toward change, is just believing that it's possible. Okay. I think that maybe you're starting to change your mind about things a little bit. Let's see what's going on here with this card, okay? We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. Put this card into a little bit of context. You're searching for answers. Here comes the High Priestess, your intuition, the message, the answer that you've been seeking. 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, Lover's card. Okay, interesting. I think you have been a little confused. I think clarity is on its way to you. I think this is a major energy shift. Okay. We have a Wheel of Fortune. We have the 8 of Cups, a 4 of Cups, a 2 of Wands. Ending with that Lover's card here and the 2 of Wands here. To me, it feels like you're making a decision for your future. You're taking charge, you're taking control, you're taking command. Yeah. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Oh, we got another volunteer, Knight of Wands. We're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Now, as we look around the room, 1, 2, 3 major arcana energies. Spirit is bringing a message to you, okay, about something that you must commit to, about a choice that you're going to need to make. The Lover's card is a choice. It's a choice to say yes to something. I think as confused and as doubtful as you might be, Spirit wants you to follow your intuition here, not follow the repeating programs of your intellect, your rational mind, your thinking mind, but to follow the intuition. Okay? And right now, it may be difficult for you to do that. There may be some static preventing you from hearing that, but you will. Because what's coming next in your life is a major commitment, okay? And, well, with the the nature of the cards that we have, particularly the Eight of Cups and the Five of Swords, you may not feel like this is really going to work out. There may be this part of you that is still doubting and questioning and is uncertain. In a way, Spirit's telling you to go for this, even without any kind of certainty. Okay? So you have your majors. You have the Wheel of Fortune as well, which I think is the awareness that things happen for us in life, whether we're ready for it or not, whether we believe in it or not. You know, you don't have to believe in anything, really, to make it work. It can demonstrate. You know, you don't have to believe in technology, but yet your cell phone works. Somehow you're watching this video. You know, you don't have to know how it works. You don't have to believe in it. It doesn't take belief. It takes experience. I know it works because I'm using it, and, well, it's doing what it said it was going to do, right? So we've got our majors. We have fire here at the end, double fire here with our Knight of Wands. We have some water, have some air, and you have some earth. Okay. The High Priestess is your intuition. This is bringing you a message from the divine. Something is being revealed to you. I think there is doubt. Your quest, your battle, your challenge that's before you is to trust. And no belief necessary, right? No understanding, no clarity here. Confusion, doubt, self-doubt, trusting it anyway. Trusting in the path ahead, trusting that this is good, that this is meant for you, trust that this is the right move, trust that this is going to work out. Faith, hope, and trust can override our self-doubt, right? When in doubt, have faith. In fact, this is the only time you really can have faith. If you're certain about something, it's easy to just believe in it. No faith required when you know the answer. If you don't, it's when you're confused, it's when you're doubting, it's when you're asking questions and not feeling like life's giving you any answers. That's when faith, hope, and trust are available. That's the only time you can really have faith. It's when it's sort of difficult to have faith. Okay. Looking at it from an alternative point of view, when things are going perfectly well, it's easy to not need faith. It's easy to disregard it. It's only when we're confused and when we're searching for answers that we sort of look outside of ourselves, that we look towards something higher, you know. And so it's an interesting combination of cards here. I feel like there's doubt, there is self-doubt, there is self-criticism, and that is requiring now that you simply trust in yourself, trust in the universe, trust in the Wheel of Fortune, that this commitment that you're about to make is the right one for you. Okay? Underneath the surface, Nine of Pentacles. I think that you are generally a very successful person. I think, for the most part, you have certainty. I think that you have a confidence about you, but not for this particular thing. This is a card of someone who's living a successful life. And it could be that you're living this successful life, but there's something missing from it. There's one piece of the puzzle that you feel like isn't there. Well, that's what the Lover's card's going to be. This doesn't have to be romance, by the way. Okay. But it is a choice. It is a commitment that you might feel is missing from your otherwise very successful, very good life. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles is material gain. Things are increasing in the material world, but it makes me wonder, what about your relationships? What about your emotional life? How do you feel about all of that? See, what I got here is these cards here, connected. These two positions of the Dove and Serpent spread are very intimately connected. So there may be this feeling of, okay, life's growing in the right way. A lot of things are happening. A lot of things are taking off. Life is successful. Why do you still feel emotionally worn down? Why do you still feel like your capacity to love is draining? I feel like your relationships aren't up to par. Yeah. This is a business relationship. 6 of Pentacles. I think that you've been experiencing a lot of like financial wins, a lot of good human realm, earthly kind of successes. This is material success. Why aren't you happy? What is it that's missing from you? Maybe that's the 5 of Swords. You're saying, I don't know. I don't know what's missing. I got this success, I got this win, but why do I still feel confused? Why do I still feel like there's no direction? Why do I still feel like I'm not good enough? Okay. Why does this kind of a win just leave me with more uncertainty and more questions? I think what you want is some kind of mental peace, mental harmony, psychic, internal harmony, right? Because this is a lot of harmony, right? 6, 6. This is a 6 of Pentacles. Outside, on paper, everything seems to be going very well. But internally, there is doubt, confusion, a lack of harmony. And it feels like kind of a lack of joy, a lack of happiness. It's an 8 of Cups. You got a 9 of Pentacles, but an 8 of Cups. We need to work on this emotional realm a little bit. And I think that's what the High Priestess is here to show you, that, look, there is a commitment that you need to make. This is a union. This is you coming together with that missing piece, whether it's a pet, a plant, a person, a hobby, something that brings you joy in your life. Are you finding out what that is? As good as your external life seems to be, you want your internal life to have the same kind of harmony. And it may be that you're looking at your life and you're thinking, well, everything's going according to plan. But why do you still feel confused and maybe lost? Still feel like there is some kind of discord in your life? Spirit's pointing you toward this Lover's card. This is a card of commitment. This is the card of saying yes to something. This is the card of becoming whole again, finding the thing that's missing from your life. It doesn't mean it's a twin flame, doesn't mean it's a soulmate. I mean, it could be. Finding what's missing, finding what you need in order to feel that your successful life is actually making you happy. Because what we see with these 2 cards is that no matter how successful no matter how much you gain in life, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to gain equally in happiness and satisfaction. So I think what's coming into your life is the realization of what that missing piece is. Spirit's telling you to go forward and take it, get it, unite with it. This is the card of union. This is the card of making a choice to unite with something. Something that brings you a deeper satisfaction and joy and a sense of wholeness, even if it means that you are taking some of your energy, of your attention away from your physical success or your financial job, the work that you're doing in the physical realm, in order to put a little bit more effort into this wholeness or this union. It may literally be that you need romance. You need the soulmate in your life. Maybe this is Spirit pushing you toward you need some interpersonal relationships. Your life's very successful. You're making a lot of money. You need friends. You need family. You need like the deeper bond, the intimacy in life. Maybe you need that sense of family. Maybe that's what's going on here. Because the 6 of Pentacles is like we're part of a very successful group. But the feeling of this card is that you're only valued for what you bring to the table. Okay? The 6 of Cups, which we don't have, would be that you're valued and loved just for who you are. So I think that Spirit wants you to realize that that seems to be what you need. The sense of being loved, valued, and appreciated just for being you, for existing, right? Rather than for what you bring to the table. Or acknowledging that you bring more to the table than just the physical success or the physical aspect of things. Maybe this is a relationship that you're already in and you feel like it's just purely physical. Yeah, we get along great physically, but there's nothing deeper there. Okay? Or that you feel like you're appreciated, but only when you have something to offer. Okay? That it's an exchange. Now, Path of the Serpent. Let's talk about these cards. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of divine timing. It's a card that is telling me something is entering your life right now that you're going to want to take advantage of. Something that you are going to love and appreciate, that it's going to love and appreciate you. Something that you maybe are going to want to do just for its own sake, not for what it can give you. Not for that kind of an exchange. It's not like I put in certain hours and then you give me a paycheck, but it's something more intimate. It's a personal relationship rather than a professional relationship. This is telling me that a major energy shift is taking place in your life toward those kinds of relationships that are going to make you happy for their own sake, not because I'm going to get something out of it or there's some kind of, it's a business thing, there's some kind of an exchange. You see. This is the card that requires our faith, hope, and trust. To trust that whatever the universe is bringing me is what I need right now. Maybe you're doubting that. Maybe Spirit has been telling you something and you've been saying, no. No, that can't be it. That can't be it. You're being guided toward peace. You're being guided toward love and intimacy and a deep bond. Trust it. Don't resist it. What Spirit is putting on your path right now is what you need. But that Five of Swords is saying, wait a minute, no, that can't be right. That's not what I want right now. That's why we need trust. That's why it's hard to have faith in the Wheel of Fortune. It's hard to listen to that message when it's not really what we are expecting to hear or not what we have planned on hearing or not what we thought we should hear or, whatever. The reality is the Eight of Cups in your environment, the way you're relating to the world around you, to other people, relating to what you do and relating to everything, relating to the universe. It's not getting any better. It's falling short of being satisfying. It's falling a little bit short of making you happy. Okay? And this card sometimes says that we need to heal. You can see these cups are all chipped and cracked and broken. So it almost feels like no matter what happens in life, there's an inability to really feel joy. There's an inability to really love what you're doing. You're successful. You have 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, a 6 of Swords. Everything is going according to plan. But you're not able to enjoy that. Okay. The 4 of Cups is in the position of your fear, worry, and concern. And in this case, it is, in a way, playing it safe. Okay. In a way, it's a safe harbor type of card. But I think that the 4 of Cups is your real anxiety about not having anything more than a very basic contentment with life. Okay? It's almost like you're here in that confusion and you're trying to just pretend that everything's okay. Okay? Or that you're anxious over that fact that things are not okay. That we don't have the will or the effort or the time to worry about love, worry about happiness, because you're spending your days just trying to maintain, just trying to be okay. This is like what? Love, party, celebration, like bliss? I'm just trying not to sink. I'm just trying not to let everything fall apart emotionally. Okay. To me, this is somebody that's just trying to hold it all together. Yeah, that we're thankful if we just get through the day without our boat completely falling apart, without our lives or without us falling apart emotionally. Okay. And so to be in that kind of a situation and not to know why, in some ways it's saying the only thing that we can do now is trust in the universe and have faith. And believe that whatever spirit, whatever message this is that Spirit's providing for you, whatever road ahead Spirit is showing you, take it. Okay? Have faith that whatever this union is, it's going to be what you need. Whatever yes, this is a yes. Say yes to this. Spirit is shining a light on something and telling you to say yes to it. And you maybe are refusing it because you don't have time for that. You don't have time for joy or intimacy or love. You don't have time to laugh or smile because we're just trying not to sink. I'm trying to keep the boat afloat. Okay. The fire energy here at the end, the Two of Wands, is it's very important with our Wheel of Fortune because the divine timing here does not need your approval. Doesn't need even your participation. Spirit will put the right people, places, and things on your path, but if you're not going to engage with those things, nothing will happen. Nothing will change. Okay? The Knight of Wands is saying, leap into it. Have faith, have hope, have trust, but leap into it. Let yourself go forward. Now's not a time for caution. Now's not a time to overthink it. Now is the time to go forward and begin this thing. Say yes to this thing. Spirit provided you the opportunity, and this is like, it's kind of like the door's open, but you're not going through the door. Spirit wants you to leap through the door because it's a much different energy on the other side. And I really I'm being drawn back to the Six of Pentacles and that Lover's card and how different they are. This is, very professional. This is a business success. It's kind of like saying, yeah, you're a very productive member of the team. But that almost breaks your heart too because you're so much more than that. Or you want to be seen for somebody that's not just valued for what they can produce, but valued for who they are. You're looking for that intimate relationship where there is value. There is love and support. That's really unconditional. This is conditional. This is contingent upon how much you can produce for me. This is like when you're at work. Yeah, your boss really loves you as long as you're doing your work. Stop doing your work, they kick you out of the building, right? You want the unconditional love. You want to feel as if somebody values you even when you're not producing anything. Does that make sense? Let's look at the mystery card. I want maybe a Two of Cups. I want some love. I want a Six of Cups, Two of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Another Eight of Cups, yeah. So this is the very important thing. And I think that in some ways, you've grown a little bit apathetic. You've grown a little bit cold. And I think it's because you've spent a long time being valued only for what you can produce, that in some ways you've learned not to expect anything else. Okay, this might be you walking away from something that only values you for your productivity, and instead moving forward into something, some situation or relationship that values you for you. that it is love, unconditional, regardless of what you're doing for me lately, regardless of how much you produce. As long as you're making them money, yeah, they love you. You stop making them money, guess what? They don't love you no more. So it could be that you're walking away from that kind of self-valuation, starting to feel like I'm only worthy of love if I have something to offer somebody else. If I can somehow give them something, then I can get love back. It feels like you're walking away from that into something that's real, into something that is beautiful. I feel like you believe in soulmates, you know? And sometimes it's important that you get away from that other situation, because stay there for so long, you're going to start to believe that that is the only thing that really is going to get you the love. Kind of like we're buying love. Let's not do that. Okay. What we should do is an extended reading. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.